All right, shalom, shalom, it's Brother Kazak. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashima Mashiach, Wamalak Yahushua. And you know, my topic for this little video is to tell you that you need to be watching, man. You know, we need to be aware of the signs of the times. You know, we need to be watching, seeing what's going on in the world, and realize that all of this is Bible prophecy. You know, all of these are things that we need to be watching, that the Lord told us. You know, He left a trail of breadcrumbs so we'll know our way through these prophecies. You know, let me go to this real quick because we got to be aware of the signs of the times. Let's go to the book of the Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven." So you know, everything gets a season. It's a time for everything. You know, right now is not the time to be sending friend requests out. You know, following every bad female you see, chasing after these females. You know, now ain't the time to be trying to run the money up at the job place. You know, at the slavery. You know, now ain't the time for that. Now ain't the time to be trying to get all into forex and all of that. I understand we gotta get our money. We gotta survive. You don't work, you don't eat. But now ain't the time to be putting your heart and soul into gains of this world, man. You know, we gotta be putting our heart and soul into gains of the Most High. You know, we gotta be aware of the signs of the times and what the Most High is doing with this word of prophecy. You know, I'm finna show you what time it is. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe." So right now it's high time to awake out of sleep. You know, it ain't time to be gambling. You know, it ain't time to be watching the NBA. You know, it's prophecy going on throughout the world, man. We got to be watching. You know, the Most High said we got to be watchmen. You know, let me go to that real quick. The Most High said we got to be watchmen in this thing, man. You know, we got to be watching for the prophecies that He said was gonna happen. You know, so we can be aware of what's coming next. You know, the Most High left a trail of bread. He left a trail of breadcrumbs behind, so we can see. You know, basically we won't know exactly what's coming, but through the Spirit, you know, we could tell that this is all prophecy. You know, let me go to this. This is Isaiah 62 and 6. It says, "I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence." So we can't keep silence. You know, those of us that's watching, you know, we can't keep silence about it. We got to warn the people. You know, that's the job as a watchman. You know, when you up on them high towers, and say in jail, you know, in prison, you know, you got the COs that be up there when all the prisoners is in the yard. You know, you got them COs that's up there on them towers, and what they do, you know, they got their walkie-talkie, and then they got that little thing for the intercom. And if a fight break out in the yard, what they doing? You know, they letting all the other COs know that it's a fight in the yard, and that they might need backup or whatever. You know, and what else a watchman do? You know, you got the watchmen in the ancient world. You know how they would be up on the high towers on the walls, because back then in the cities, every city had a wall built around it. You know, so to protect the city, to protect the inner city. You know, so they would have watchmen on top of these walls, and the watchmen they'd take shifts. You know, they'd be up there day and night. You know, waiting to see what's happening on the outside of the walls. You know, on the outside of their city. So if another country or another kingdom was coming up against them, you know, to ambush them or to have war, you know, they would be the first to see it. You know, and then they blow the trumpet and let the rest of the city know that, you know, it's danger coming. You know, another city is trying to come and besiege us. You know, another city is trying to come and make war with us. You know, so they let the other people know. So it's our job right now, today in this time, as watchmen, to let our people know what prophecies is coming about. You know, like you got this thing going on in Kenosha. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. You got this thing going on in Kenosha. Hold on, my tablet kind of slow. Bear with me. With a brother named Jacob. A brother named Jacob got shot by police. You know, got shot by the police. You know, he was unarmed. Let me see. Salakia. Well, a brother named Jacob got shot by the police. You know, he was unarmed. He was getting inside of his vehicle, and they shot him in the back 7 times. And now it said that the brother, they fractured all the bullets. You know, they fractured the brother's spine, and he not gonna be able to walk again. He gonna be paralyzed. So you know, the whole city of Wisconsin, you know, the whole city of Kenosha, Wisconsin, you know, it's in great turmoil right now. You know, they got uproars of the people, and that's signs of the times. You know, let me go to that in second address real quick. We got to be watching, because just like it was, just the same thing happening there, like it happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd. You know, this the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15. Salaki, is this what I want? Salaki, I think I want chapter 6. Salaki, bear with me. Is this what I want? Salaki. It might be 9. Con, it's chapter 9, Salakia. But this second Esdras chapter 9, and I'm gonna just start from the top. Second Esdras chapter 9 and 1, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So he's saying, pay attention to the signs of the times. Pay attention to the things that's happening in the world, and understand that the Most High told us these things will go come to pass, and they all leading up to the time when the Most High was go send his son Hamashiach Yahushua, you know, to redeem his people from the captivity that they in, and to judge the world for their wickedness. You know, let's get that real quick. Let's go to the book of Thessalonians. I believe it's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Salaki. Come on, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1, it says, But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So you know, the day of the Lord coming like a thief in the night. You know, when you least expect it. Unless you keeping track of the signs of the times. You know, everybody else, the day of the Lord coming like a thief in the night. I mean, we don't know the exact day, we don't know the hour, but we know that all of these things, the brothers that's reading and watching, you know, we know that all of these things are leading up to the day of the Lord. And you know, the more intense that it gets, you know, the more signs of prophecy that we see. You know, we know that that it's getting closer and closer, that the day of the Lord is coming. Let's go to the book of Revelation real quick. The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy. So you got to keep reading, man. You know, you can't just pick up your Bible and read one verse and then be like, all right, I'm done for the day. You know, I'm cool. You know, whew, that was, man, that was hard right there. Man, picking this up and reading one verse, man. Now I could just go and do what I wanted to. I could head to the gym now. You know, I could call Susie up and take her to the movies or whatever. Nah, man, the Lord said, blessed is he that readeth. You got to have your eyes glued to this thing, man. You know, you got to kind of be married to this Bible, man. You got to make this your wife. You know, these precepts and these parables and these prophecies, you got to get real familiar with them, man. You know, you got to treat it like it's your family. You know, you got to take it wherever you go. You know, brothers, I got a pocket Bible. You know, I got a Bible that I keep in my car just for when I'm out on the road, and I got a Bible for at home. You know, I got a Bible on my phone. You know, I got a Bible on my tablet. You know, so I'm always I keep the word close by me. You know, because you never know when you're gonna need to get up in that word and to understand something. You know, because the Most High's word, you know, He left it behind for our learning. Let me go to that real quick. Hold on. First, let me read this. Let me finish reading Revelation. It This is the book of Revelation 1 verse 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." So blessed is he that readeth and keep the words of this prophecy. Why? Because you gonna be watching. If you reading, then you always watching, because you want to see the things come to pass of what you reading. When the Lord said in Matthew 24 that it was gonna be earthquakes and uproars of the people. Let's go to that real quick. That's kind of like what we was just reading in 2nd Esdras. Matthew 24 and verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled." So what? We hearing about that right now. Wars and rumors of wars. What you just hear? They just had it on one of the news websites. That pull up, that show things that the regular news, that the mainstream news really don't show. Which is what China and Russia is clicking up, man. Let me see if I can pull that up on my tablet so we can talk about it a little bit. This damn tablet's so slow. It's like you bear with me. Most I said we was gonna hear wars and rumors of wars, and that's what we starting to hear about. Let me see. This from 10 hours ago. It says China and Russia in mysterious new submarine project. So they working on warfare together. They making weapons together. They basically then clicked up. And Russia is Gog and Magog, and that's who's prophesied. That's who the Lord prophesied, saying that through Ezekiel, saying that that's who's gonna destroy Babylon. It's prophecy that these great nations are going to come together and to destroy Babylon, which is America. Let's go to that in Jeremiah 50. We got to be aware of what's happening. We got to be watching for the signs of the times, man. You can't just be out here clueless, because when you clueless, you go get caught lacking. And don't nobody like getting caught lacking, This Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause," Salakia, don't want my tablet to go dark. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country." So what is the north country? What's kind of north from here? I mean, they over in the east, but they also kind of north. That's known as the north country, And it says, "And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." So it say ain't none of their arrows. And what are they? None of their arrows go return in vain, meaning none of them go miss. And what are arrows? Arrows. You can't shoot arrows from one country to the next. Those talk about ICBM missiles. Nuclear bombs. It say that they go shoot these nuclear bombs over to Babylon the Great, aka America. And none of them go miss. This land is gonna be totally obliterated. It's gonna be wiped off the face of the earth. Thus saith the Lord. And when they hit, it's gonna be tragic. Let me go to that in Isaiah 24, because you're gonna be able to feel it. The Lord said the earth is gonna roll. Here, go right here, Isaiah 24 and 20. It say the earth is gonna reel to and fro. The earth is gonna be shaken from all of them missiles that's landing. From that warfare. This Isaiah 24 and 20, it says, "The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." So it say the earth go reel to and fro like a drunkard. You know how when you drunk, or when you see a drunkard, you might see a drunkard out on the street. He got that bumpy face liquor. What we call it bumpy face, because it's like a damn near like a damn bottle of rubbing alcohol that he drinking. That little drink, that little bottle of gin. He got it in his hand, and what he doing? The brother could barely even stand up straight. He steady wobbling from side to side. Don't even got no balance. The Lord said that's how it's gonna be when these missiles is hitting the earth, man. That's how it's gonna be when Russia and China and Iran and all those other countries is bombing America. You know, it's gonna feel like the world is shaking from all of that, from all of those nuclear missiles hitting the earth, man. You know, this is gonna be the war to end all wars. Salakia, the war to end all wars. It says, hold on, let me click on this. So yeah, you got China and Russia clicking up. Let me see if I can get the article. All right, this from 3 days ago. Salakia, bear with me. It says, this the headline. It says World War III, China and Russia set alarm bells ringing across globe with major move. So what is that major move that they pulled, and how is they setting alarm bells? That got all the other countries worried. That got countries worried. These two nuclear powers, these two large countries, they got nuclear missiles out the ass, man. Excuse my language, but they got nuclear missiles out the ass. They known for them nukes that they got over there, especially Russia. They got a strong arm. And they said that they clicked up, and they setting alarm bells, across the globe. They got all these other countries worried. Salaki is doing some kind of thing. All right, man. Let me get back to the article. It says elite troops from Russia and China have joined forces to compete in this year's International Army Games amid warnings the two superpowers were preparing their forces for a day when they might fight alongside one another. So they getting ready, man. They preparing. They over there practicing. You know how Salakia, when two teams click up, say in my city, we got two different high schools for one city. So back then they used to be clicked up. It used to be called Joliet East. Joliet Township. You got Joliet Central, and then you got Joliet West. You got a team on it. You got a school on the east side of the town, and then you got a school on the west side of the town. And then they used to be together. They used to be one. They used to come together for their sports program, and so they would come. So the kids from Joliet West, that's on the basketball team or the football team, they would come to Central a couple days out the week and practice. And then the kids from Central, they would go to West a couple days out the week and practice. Just so when the games come, they playing together. They playing together against other teams in other cities, man. That's the same thing what's going on now. You got China with their army and their military forces, with Russia linking up with Russia with their military forces, making them one, practicing. So when the game come, which is the war, they gonna be ready. They gonna have that chemistry, to fight alongside one another. They gonna know where each other lacking at, and they gonna know where each other weak points, and they gonna pick up on that, because they got that chemistry, So and that's and that little teamwork right there, because I don't think America doing that with nobody else, Might be Great Britain or something, but I think it's prophesied that the European Union which is America's allies, they go hate America and they go team up. They go come together and help destroy America also. Let me go to that real quick. We got to be aware of the signs of the times, man. What's that, Salakia? Revelation 17 and 16. It says, and then, Salakia, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So America is the one that's riding the beast. America is the great whore, Babylon the Great. So and she riding the beast right now, meaning she using the beast for her benefit, and the beast is using her for their benefit. But then it's gonna come a time where they ain't gonna want to take no shit from America no more. They gonna be like, you know what? We really tired of this place. We really tired of her ass. She worn out. She ain't that same. She ain't that same whore that she used to be. So we don't really we could really do without her now, and we could just be with ourselves. So it said they go come together and they go hate the whore, and they go make her naked and desolate and eat her flesh. Meaning what? They go destroy her. They go send them nukes over to America too, cause they tired of that. They tired of America pulling them inside of they bullshit. Salakia, excuse my language. This Second Esdras chapter 16 verse 13, it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So what does that talk about? That's talk about the nuclear missiles, man. Strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. You can, like I said, you can't shoot no arrows into another country. You can't do that. That's talk about the nuclear missiles. That's gonna be how this war goes. This war is not gonna be brothers with shields and brothers with knights and shining armor and all of that, and swords and all of that. Nah, the modern day sword is the gun, man, and the modern day arrow is the nuclear missile. Let's go to that in the book of Isaiah to show you that this war that's coming, it's not gonna be like them past wars, man. It's not gonna be like them like brothers coming up in close hand-to-hand combat. It's not gonna be like that. It says, this Isaiah 9:5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. So what's that confused noise and garments rolled in blood? That's one kingdom, one nation, and one nation on this side, one nation on that side, and then they all running together like charge, and then they all mixed up, and it's a bunch of confusion going on, a lot of heads getting chopped off, a lot of blood swinging this way, blood swinging that way, shields, arrows in the sky and all of that. It's not gonna be like that this time. This gonna be, they gonna fight this war pressing buttons. They gonna make them calls. Brothers gonna put them keys inside the thing, and then where two people gotta turn the key at the same time, and then they hit that button, and they go send them nukes in the sky from out the ground, and they gonna land in another country, man. That's how this war is gonna be. It says, Isaiah 9:5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So this battle right here is gonna be with burning and fuel of fire. What is that describing? Them thermonuclear missiles, man. This time is coming. These things are coming to the earth. What is you gonna do to prepare for that? It's time to wake out of sleep. Let me go back to that. It's time to wake out of sleep. It's time to come back to the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments before you get caught out there, man. You don't want to get caught out there. Because at the time that these nuclear missiles is hitting the earth, the Lord is go send his chariots. He gonna send his angels driving the chariots, and they gonna be beaming the elect of Israel up, man. And you don't want to be one of the ones left behind. We gonna get that too through the Spirit. This the book of Romans chapter 13 verse 11 again. It says, and that knowing the time that now it is high time, Salakia, high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So it's high time to wake out of sleep. It's not time to be shooting no rap videos. It's not time to be in the studio. It's not time to be going on dates. It's time to be in this Bible. If you go on a date, bring her over for a damn Bible study date, man. You know, go over these precepts together. Teach her about the signs of the times too. You know, so y'all could both get prepared together. You know, so Lord willing, both of y'all could become part of the elect. You know, take your invest your time in that, man, instead of investing in folly. You know, stop trying to enjoy the cares of this world, man. You know, you can't be entangling yourself with the cares of this world and still trying to be a soldier for the Most High. You can't do that. You know, you can't serve two masters. You go fall off doing that, and you go bug yourself out, and the Lord just go have you be reprobate, man. And you don't want that to happen, cause then you go get caught out there. Salakia. Let's go to the book of what is that? 2 Timothy. The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 3. I'm gonna start at 3. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushua." So endure hardness. You know, I know the cares of this world, they can start getting in your mind. Them demons start getting in your mind, and you want to start going out and enjoying the same things that worldly people enjoy. You know, I mean, the scriptures do say, "Defraud thyself not of a good day." You know, but at the same time, don't go out there and then get caught out there, man. You know, you gotta realize what's more important. You know, having a good time or being prepared for when the Lord come back. You know, which one is more important? You know, because then you put having a good time over being prepared, and then you got a damn nuclear missile, you know, aim coming for your head, man, with your name on it. You know, or when the chariots come and start beaming people up, you know, you gonna be looking at your homie who was diligent, you know, stayed in the scriptures, you know, invested all his time in doing the work of the Lord, invested all his time in reading the words of the prophecy, like it's in the book of Revelation 1 and 6, you know, invested all his time in looking at the breadcrumbs that the Most High left behind. You know, that brother go get beamed up, and you just go look at him. You know, you go look at him, and the Lord go, like it's saying in the book of Luke 17, you know, one man taken and the other man left. You know, you don't want to be that man that's left. You know, so you got to endure this hardness, man. It says, verse 4, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life." So you can't entangle yourself with the affairs of this life, man. You know, you can't be thinking about that mixtape you finna drop. You know, you can't be thinking about that little Instagram thotty that finally DM'd you back. You know, you can't be thinking about Salakia. What's another thing? You know, brothers be wanting to go bowling all the time, man. You know, brothers wanna go to the movies and all of that. Man, brother, get in this Bible, man. Get in this Bible. It's time to stop playing, man. It's time to wake out of sleep, you know. It's not time for that other shit no more, man. You know, all that other shit is played out, man. It's time to get up in this Bible, cause it's a life or death situation now. You know, you in between. The Lord and put us between a rock and a hard place, and the only way out is getting right with Him. You know, keeping these precepts, keeping your mind on these precepts and on His laws, statutes, and commandments, and staying heavy in the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, like the brother from HOY say, keeping the commandments and keeping the faith. You know, it says, "No man that warreth," this 2 Timothy 2 and 4, "no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please Him who have chosen him to be a soldier." So the Most High, even the whole reason you know this truth is because the Most High chose you. You know, He chose you to be one of His soldiers. He chose you to be one of the men that's out there on the highways and byways sighing and crying, you know, trying to wake up the rest of your people, trying to warn the rest of your people, like it's saying in the book of Ezekiel 3 and 17. You know, trying to warn the rest of your people, like it's saying Isaiah 58 and 1, man. You know, you out there telling your people about their sins, telling them that it's time to wake up. You know, telling them that it's time to repent, cause the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You know, and then you don't want to be the brother that ain't count the cost and fall off in this thing because you started getting entangled with the affairs of the world, man. You know, you don't want to be that brother, because then you're a hypocrite, and then the Lord is going to destroy your ass, and you don't want to be the brother that the Lord destroyed, and then you got to be reborn in the kingdom. You know, you want to see the kingdom come. You know, you want to see the kingdom get built. You don't want to be born in the kingdom and then the kingdom already established, and then the brothers that you was laboring with that stayed diligent, you know, they part of the 144,000. They rulers over 10 cities, and you just a babe in this thing, man. I mean, you ain't gonna remember because it ain't no remembrance of former things. But still though, you know, you want to be one of them brothers that when the kingdom was getting established, you know, you was there when it was getting built. You know, you was there when them walls was getting put up. You was there when you was there when them heathens was getting put in chains, you know. You was there for all of that, you know. And that's gonna be a glorious thing. And Lord willing, I'm one of the brothers that get to take part in that and get to see all that coming, you know. So it says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be his soldier. So we in this thing, the only reason we know this truth is to please the Most High, you know, by doing his work, you know. That's the only reason we know this truth, to please him by doing his work. You know, it's like it's saying, Salakia, if I could find it, I think. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of us preaching. Salakia. 1 Corinthians. It says this 1 Corinthians 1:21. It says, For after that in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. So the wisdom of this world, they don't know the Most High, because the wisdom of the Most High is higher than this world. The wisdom of the Most High is is not for this world, you know. You got to be outside of the world to know the wisdom of the Most High, because what? You're not doing worldly things, you keeping the commandments. And if you keeping the commandments, you're not in the world. Because the world is against the world is against the Lord, you know. Let me get a precept on that real quick. And go to the book of 1 John. 1 John chapter 2:15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So what is the love of the Father? You know, it's saying right in the beginning of the Salakia. In the beginning of the Salakia, the 5th chapter, you know, verse 3, it says the love of the Most High is keeping the commandments. You know, so if you're not keeping the commandments, then you in love with the world. And if you're in love with the Most High, then you keeping the commandments and you outside of the world. You know? So look back to 1 Corinthians. It says 1 Corinthians 1:21, for after that in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. You know, it pleased the Most High for us to go out there on them highways and byways, you know, with these fringes on. You know, some brothers like in GMS, they got the long garments. You know, ISUPK, they got the warlike garments. You know, brothers be out there in rehearsing the righteous acts with the Magun Dawada all over them, you know, and Salakia and geared up in they warlike apparel. You know, it pleases the Most High that we go out there like that to in the valley of the dry bones to prophesy unto our people. You know, to try to wake them up. We out there looking silly. Brothers say we look like Power Rangers. You know, brothers say brothers mock us like, why you got them things that be on the bottom of curtains on your shirt? Why you got that on? You know, why you out here preaching the Bible? You lame. You preaching the Bible. You need to go get some money. Go get a job. Well, that's what they be saying. You know, mocking. Out there mocking the messages of God, like it's saying in the book of Chronicles. You know, but that's pleasing the Most High when we go out and do that. Because why? We taking care of our nation. You know, we taking the care for our nation. We out there sighing and crying for the abominations, for the lower state that we in. You know, we out there going crazy through the spirit. You know, we don't care how we look, because what? We know that the Most High is with us, and we know that we doing the work of the Most High. So it pleased him by the foolishness of us preaching out on them highways and byways. It pleased the Most High when we do that. You know, and people that's in the world, they don't understand. That's why I say the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. You know, because the kind of wisdom that they get in the world, they don't understand those things. You know, they don't understand why we out there doing that. They don't understand that the world is finna end. They don't understand that the so-called white man's reign is coming to an end. Let me grab that real quick, cause even he know even the so-called white man know that his reign is coming to an end. That's why he gonna come down on us like that. You know, the Most High set a time limit for for each nation to reign. You know, it's a time limit on how long they was able to reign. It says this Job chapter 14 and verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So it said his days is determined. You know, he got a time limit on how long his kingdom finna be. You know, and then what? After his kingdom is over with, you know, this our last captivity, you know, and the saints of the Most High go take the kingdom, you know. Let me grab that real quick. Let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 7. Cause soon as the so-called white man kingdom is over with, you know, it's our time to shine, baby. You know, it's our time, and we ain't never giving the kingdom up. You know. This the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So it said we gonna possess the kingdom forever and even forever and ever. But first, what gotta happen? You know, like I was just going into, the signs of the times gotta happen. You know, we gotta be aware of the signs of the times. You know, the word of prophecy gotta come about. You know, like I said, uproars of the people. Let me go back to 2nd Esdras real quick. 2nd Esdras chapter 9. Chapter 9 and verse 2. No, verse 3. Salaki, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So when you're seeing earthquakes, you know, like how we seeing now, Puerto Rico steady getting hit with earthquakes. You know, you got a damn hurricane. Was it Hurricane Laura or something like that? They said it was the biggest hurricane since Katrina going on right now, man. You know, that's the Most High showing us the signs of the times. He's sending destruction throughout this earth, man. You got to be watching. You got to be reading, man. Let's go to the book of Isaiah real quick. What's that, Isaiah 29? The book of Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6, it says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. California steady catching on fire, you know. And then now you got the earthquakes in Puerto Rico, and then you got the Salakia, you got the hurricane, you know, that just hit Texas and what is it? Is it Texas and Louisiana? I don't know. I know one of the states was Texas that was worried about getting hit by it though. But they said it's the biggest hurricane since Katrina, man. You know, and that's nothing but the Most High showing us what time it is. It's time to wake out of sleep, man. It's time to stop engaging in all of this folly and getting back right with the Most High. That's what time it is. It's time to trying to get right with the Most High, man. It says, and Salakia, the uproars of the people. What's going on in Kenosha right now? The same thing that was damn near happening in Minneapolis when George Floyd got killed. You know, now you got another brother that got killed. It say his name was Jacob, which is spiritual, and he got shot 7 times, which is spiritual again. But the brother lived, which is spiritual again. Because why? That's showing Jacob's trouble. And he got shot by a white cop, you know, and got shot 7 times. 7 is a number of completion. That's spiritual, man. You know, but what the Lord say? It's the time of Jacob's trouble. The brother got shot 7 times, so he went through a complete amount of trouble, you know. Got shot 7 times by the police. His name is Jacob. And what the Lord saying in Jeremiah 30:7, but he shall be saved out of it, you know. So the brother survived, barely, but the brother survived. You know, that's exactly how it's gonna be for us. We gonna barely make it out of this thing, man. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So it says it's gonna be the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, and that's the time that we finna come upon now, man. You know, these people, the enemy is gonna come in like a flood. You know, they ain't gonna be sparing none of us. You know, they gonna try to get rid of all of us, damn near, but they can't because of what? If it wasn't for the Most High, you know, we'd be consumed. We would have been consumed back then when they was trying to kill us off. Back then when they had us in chains and in hard bondage. You know, the times then loosened up on us now. Now the locks is just on our brain. But you know, back then when we was physically in chains still, back in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, you know, before it got a little before slavery got abolished, you know, even though we still slaves, you know, but before the hard bondage got abolished, you know what? They could have consumed us, man. They could have killed all of us. But it was of the Lord mercy that we wasn't, you know. Let me go to that in the book of what's that, Lamentations. Come on, turn right to it. The book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 22. That's the spirit. It says, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not." And the Lord gonna have that same mercy on us when it's time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, so we got to be aware of the signs of the times. You know, you got uproars of the people. You know, people rebelling against the police. You know, sedition among men. You know, they not regarding their princes or their kings. You know, like I said in the book of Second Edges. You know, you got a lot of people out there saying, you know, excuse my language, but fuck the police. You know, and they throwing smoke bombs at the police. You know, people out there with guns and all that. You know, it's finna be the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, they finna start rounding people up, throwing us in camps. You know, like it's saying in the book of Revelation 2 and 10. You know, the devil gonna cast some of us into prison, but we gotta be faithful unto death. You know, so we receive that crown by Hamashiach Yahushua. You know, after we get beamed down into that wilderness and make it through that. You know, we gonna get crowned by Yahushua. You know, and be the rulers of this world, like how we was born to be. You know, so with that, I just want to bid Israel a hearty shalom. I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Shema Mashiach, Wamalak Yahushua. And, you know, be aware of the signs of the times, Israel. Stay watching, you know, and stay diligent. Keep the commandments and keep the faith, man. You know, shalom.